Hello. Hello.
cooperation supporting the student athletes and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at athletes, officials, team representatives, or other fans cannot be tolerated. We're mutually with cooperation in creating a safe and positive game environment. Prior to tip-off, the Langara Falcons acknowledge that we study, work, and compete on the unceded, traditional, and ancestral territory of the Musqueam First Nation. At this time, we ask that you please rise if able, move your caps, and remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
Test, 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 test. Test 1, 2, test, test. All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the rough start. I don't know if you were listening and heard what was going on in the background there, but unfortunately, as I came into the Falcons' nest, by the way, this is Paul Eberhardt, Coach Eberhardt, voice of the Falcons. As I came in here, I slipped on something on the floor. I tripped and went down. Big man went down. And you know, when a guy my size goes down, getting up is not as easy as one might think, especially as we age. Anyway, if you heard anything in the background, that was me falling on the floor and feeling really stupid. Okay, but I'm back. I'm back. All right, this is the Langara College Falcons Athletics YouTube network, and we are coming to you live for Saturday afternoon action between the Langara Falcons and the Capilano University Blues. 7-2 in the early going here for the Blues. Now, I don't have a roster for the Blues, so be patient with me. I'll get that information, and I'll be able to do an actual broadcast. Rough start today, folks. Rough start. Okay. Regan Bond is fouled. She's going to shoot 2. All right, hang on one sec. Michael, I have no rosters. All right, I'm back. The crack athletic staff here at Langara is all over it. I will have the roster shortly. Okay, 1 free throw is made. Rebound comes down, collected by the Blues. Loose ball. Blues bring it up. Number 7 gives it in the corner to number 10. Yes, for right now, they're just going to be numbers. I'll get their names very shortly. 3-pointer off the mark. Nice rebound there from Singh. Here comes Chasson. Dribble handoff on the wing to Bond. Bond gives the hoop, and she's blocked emphatically by the Blues' number 15. And not only was she blocked, but the ball went off her leg and out of bounds. So that's a block and a turnover. 7-3 for the Blues. All right, ball's being brought up. Pass to the wing. Looking inside, not there. Drives middle, nice drive and finish. Oh, she didn't finish. I was a little early on that one. That was a beautiful drive. Probably would have served her better to use the left hand on that finish. As she went with the right and it rimmed out. There's a high screen and roll with Nicholson. Ball's inside. Nicholson, she's double teamed. She steps through. She misses, but she's relentless. Gets the board. No. Taken back by Capilano University. Sometimes it's weird for me, folks. During the broadcast, if I refer to them as basket is good there by number 15, Mia Parkin. If I refer to Capilano as the Blue, Capilano as Capilano College, please forgive me. I used to coach there. I coached there from 1999 to 2009. I had a wonderful, enjoyable 10 years at Cap College. But it was a college. And then right towards the end of my time there, I think the last 2 years maybe, it turned into Capilano University. Ball goes in and out, rebounded by Singh, knocked out of bounds by Maddie Coffin. Ball will go back to Langara. This Capilano squad is a very experience-laden squad with Lauren Tomlinson in her 5th year. That's number 1. Serena Hothy in her 5th year, number 12. 4th year for Tegan Manson and 5th year for Maddie Coffin. It's a very, very experienced lineup, whereas Langara is far younger. And right now that's showing a little bit as the experience of the Blues. We have a jump ball. Let's see. Oh, we got a foul. Got a foul from the far side of the court. I guess on the loose ball she must have piled on, is my guess the call was. That was pretty good hustle by both teams getting after it. The ball just rolled out of bounds. Probably should have just given that out of bounds there, but Referee saw some contact. Tomlinson being guarded tightly, but a little too tight. Yeah, you kind of saw that coming. I love the aggressiveness from Chason, but just a little too much bumping. And referee had to call that one. Of course, it's in the backcourt, so a fresh 24 seconds for the Blues. All right, Tomlinson reverses it. Packin, back to Tomlinson. She wanted a three. She faked it. She goes to the hoop. The ball was tipped away from her, but it went right to Coffin, who then got blocked. Patkin, who got blocked. No reset on the shot clock, and that three is no good from Maddie Coffin. So Langara struggling a bit at the offensive end, but defensively playing very tough and gritty. That's inside. Jump hook coming. Beautiful move. Yeah, as soon as that went inside, I've seen that many times before. Isabel Nicholson drops to her left shoulder, right hand, and finishes off with a nice little inside jump hook. Good drive there by Coffin. Ball deflected out of bounds by Chan. Once again, just let me reset. Sorry for the rough start as walking was difficult for me as I slipped as I came in the room, and hope you didn't hear what I said. I wasn't too happy, so but I'm here and I'm ready and I'm tough. I'll play through the pain, baby. Long two, no good. Rebound goes out of bounds off the Blues. So we are Saturday afternoon, PACWEST action. Don't see that often between two local teams, but some good changes in the schedule this year. I kind of like this afternoon game for local teams. Nice to have a little bit of an evening off. There's a flare screen, nicely set up for a wide open three. Wow, beautiful flare screen set on the wing there by Crane, but couldn't knock down the open three. Left-hand drive, nothing there. Again, Langara playing very good defense. They're switching all this ball screen action. There's the back door. Caught ball watching. That's a double dribble or a travel. It was really good defense, but what happened there at the end is Bond turned her back on her player. You always want to see your ball and the player. And she cut back door and was wide open, but Langara escaped. 9-5. 3 minutes to go in this low-scoring affair. All right, high post entry, steps out to the three, looks for the back door, not there. There's a curl screen. And there's a nice drive. Can she finish? No. It was a nice set there. Nisa Sunner made a good step-through move, but couldn't finish at the rim. Cap looking to run, but Langara got back quickly. Nice drive, but it goes out of bounds off of Catalina. 14 seconds on the shot clock as the Falcons are going to sub in some players. Here comes Rokosh and Singh. And Chason back in the game. 9-5, Capilano Blues. 2:41 to go. A little single screen followed by a double screen. That's a nice little inbound set, but again, couldn't find the mark on the shot. Ball goes out of bounds. Now that did not hit the rim, so good job by the officials there to make sure the shot clock stayed at 10 because it did not hit the rim. Inbounded baseline jumper, no good. Oh, good rebound inside from Hinslova. Ball's back at the other end now. Ball screen high. Drive right and contact. You know, that's too bad there that Mia Patkin did a really good job, but then at the last minute, she reached across with her hand, fouling Sunner. I would have been a very tough layup for Sunner to make. In those situations when a player's a bit out of control, if you're in front of her, you know, just keep the hand straight up. I don't think you need to try and block. All right, first free throw's good. It's now a one-possession game. All right, 9-7. Langara fighting, scrapping, playing very good defense. Now they're full court pressure. Fairly easily broken by the Blues. And there's but that's what you do, right? Sometimes the pressure doesn't get a turnover at the beginning. But if you can speed the other team up so they're a bit out of control, that's what happens. And a little panic there by the Blues, turning it over. Langara with the chance to tie now or take the lead. Oh, bad pass there. Stolen by the Blues. A nice read, but no finish there. Good job by Alana Sheeman, but couldn't finish. Langara comes back and a little bit ambitious on that pass, and they throw it out of bounds. But they're going to come with full court pressure again. Let's see what they're doing this time. No, they're backing up. And are they going into zone? Yes, they are. Looks like a high 2-3 right now. Attack the high post. That's the weakness. Missed the jumper. Langara comes up with a loose rebound. Good job. All right. Once again, the Falcons with a chance to tie or take the lead after being down 7-2. Inside they're going to go. Singh's going to the hoop, and she left her feet. Can't leave your feet when you're passing. Turnover. Ball goes on the wing. Midslova gives it at the top to Parkin. Drive by Sheeman. There's an open three. Oh, nothing but air. Oh, great rebound. Great hustle by the Blues. As the Langara player tried to box out, but the ball looked like it was going out of bounds, but she reached over top of her, got that important extra possession, and the Blues' first basket in quite some time. A little flex action there from the Blues, followed by a flare screen. I like that action. Yeah, I know. If it's flex, I always like it. I know, I can't help myself. Steal inside. Sloppy pass. Sheeman takes advantage. Blues looking to run a little bit more now, but it's not there. They're going to bring it out. And Langara's gone back to man-to-man, switching the screens, which has been very effective for them. Drive baseline, little pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound Singh. 10 seconds, they got time. Little fast break. Oh, wide open three. No, good reversal. That was great ball movement. Boom! Yeah, baby. Wow, what a great finish to that quarter for the Falcons. Had like a semi-fast break 2-on-2, pushed hard to the hoop, ball reversed, shot fake, reversed again. Great ball movement, which resulted in the wide open triple. Buzzer beater. And we got a game here, folks. 11-10. Once again, Paul Eberhardt coming to you. Coach Ebe, a former head men's basketball coach here at Langara. Presently coaching out in the West Vancouver School District, where I'm an administrator and loving every minute of it. And I'm coaching the West Van senior boys team. High school basketball in full swing now. And first games start the week of November the 24th. All right, I'm just going to get on my phone here, see if I can get some updates around the league. By the way, the men's league last night was a little bit crazy. You had Douglas College, who is sitting in last place in the league right now, and they pulled off a massive upset. I actually watched the game at home. Very close upset, but they pulled off the upset over the number one and previously undefeated VIU Mariners. The Mariners were 6-0 coming into the game, and the Royals were 1-5. So with that win, the Royals now move up to 2-5, tied for Langara men, who are both in 7th place. Okanagan with 2-4, CBC 2-3, Camosun 3-2, Capilano 4-1, and as I said, VIU in first place at 6-1. But a big upset last night in men's basketball. In women's basketball last night, well, actually, no, let me explain that. The Capilano and Langara, these teams, they actually played on Thursday. So they've gone to a Thursday night, Saturday afternoon format, which, again, I really like. I really think that's an interesting and great way to schedule. I wish when I was coaching they did that. So on that Thursday night, Capilano women beat Langara women 63-47. Also on the Friday last night, CBC beating Camosun by 13 and Douglas beating VIU by 22. So in women's basketball standings right now, Our women here still looking for their first win. They're at 0-7, and the Okanagan College women are at 0-6, so they're tied for last, basically. Okanagan with the game in hand. Okanagan and Langara have not played each other yet. Camosun sitting at 2-3. CBC tied with Cap at 4-1. VIU at 5-2, and with that win last night over VIU, Douglas in first place at 6-1. All right, ball rebounded. First possession by Langara. Inside, Nicholson a little bit out of control. Thought she was fouled. No call. I don't think she was fouled. I think she just was a little bit out of control, falling over. Trying to get the ball inside to the mismatch on Coffin, but they couldn't see it. And they created the mismatch there, but nice defense. Langara walled up, gave no opportunity for that shot for Manson, but unfortunately Langara out of control, and they turn it over on the way back. You really got to take advantage. You play such great defense. You really got to take advantage and try to make sure that you get something at the offensive end of the floor. And unfortunately for Langara, it's just been a couple of turnovers back to back. Stats from that first half, again, as we talked about, both teams struggle offensively. The Blues were 4 of 21 for 19% on shooting, 2 of 9 for 22% on their threes, and just 2 free throw appearances. Falcons didn't fare much better. They were 3 of 13 for 23%, 1 of 3 from 3 for 33%, and that big 3 that they hit at the buzzer, and 3 of 4 from the line. So, when you look at these stats, even though both teams are struggling, you can see that Cap has many more possessions. They've had 21 shot attempts to only 13 for Langara. So, and that's reflected in the turnovers. Langara has 5 turnovers. So, even if you cut that to 3, even if you cut that down by 2 turnovers, that's at least going to be a 4-point swing, because that's going to be 2 baskets that maybe they don't get and 2 baskets that you could get. So it actually could be even more than that. So taking care of the ball, it's just so important. All right, 11-10, 9 minutes. No one scored yet in this quarter. They're back in the zone with Nicholson in the middle. High post entry. Cap working the ball well. They went low and then they went high to the high post to Coffin, and she knocked down that mid-range jumper. Good ball movement against the zone there by the Blues. Paisley takes a screen from Nicholson. She's got an open 3. Nope, front rim. But that's what you got to do. If the defense goes under that screen, you got to take it. Good shot. All right, Tomlinson reverses it. Skipped on the wing to Coffin. Coffin shot fake drive. You'll notice whenever Coffin drives, she really likes to go left. And looks like we have a rebounding foul here. The referee's just communicating. It's going to be on Langara, and didn't catch who it was on. It looks like that was under the hoop, and that's going to go on Bond, as we have 4 subs coming in the game. Coach Katena keeping his players fresh, getting them in and out for lots of minutes, or for short minutes, I mean. All right, there's a little corner Coffin shot. No, not good. Everyone loves that play. And nice turn to the baseline. Baseline drift. No. 3-pointer, no good from Nizlova. Here comes transition. That's a layup. Some body contact, but no call. I like that no call. The Blues player did make contact, but she showed her straight up. Oh, beautiful pass inside on the fast break. Coffin with the finish, as Nicholson had to step up, leaving an uncontested layup for Coffin. Last 2 possessions, Caps found a bit of an answer for this zone. We'll see how long the Falcons stay in it. That's another thing I'm going to do, and please forgive me. Again, having coached at having coached at Cap for 10 years and then Langara for 10 years, there are times where I say the Blues when I should say the Falcons. There were some games with my squads where, not often, and there's a 3-ball, Coffin for 3, and that is a 7-0 run, and good time out. Adriano Catena doesn't like what he sees. He's going to take that timeout, and it's 18-10. So after struggles to score, they found some seams in the zone for a layup and a little foul line jumper, and now that time good ball movement resulted in the open triple for the Blues. As I was saying, sometimes when I'd coach my Langara team, we'd be in the timeout, we'd do our cheer, and I'd accidentally say, 1, 2, 3 Blues, and I'd go, sorry, but man, I've done that at my high schools too. we were at the BCs with my Palmer team. This was my young team, first team I took to when I first started at Palmer. I want to say 2007. And we were just in a tight game with White Rock Christian. So close. Came right down to the end. Anyway, at some point in the fourth quarter, I called a timeout, and I said after the timeout, okay, guys, let's go Marlins on 3. And they looked at me like, it was like, Marlins, of course, the nickname of Matthew McNair, where I had previously coached. And it was a funny moment, but the thing was, they were all really tight. And I think my mistake actually loosened them up a little bit. So I'd like to say that loosened them up and we were great and we won the game, but unfortunately we did not. But I have a bit of a history of mixing up nicknames because I've coached at a few schools, right? I've coached McGee Lions in Vancouver. I've coached Burnett Breakers in Richmond, junior high. McNair Marlins in Richmond, R.C. Palmer Griffins in Richmond. And, of course, now I'm with the West Van Highlanders, and I've coached Langara College and Capilano University, so forgive me if I get mixed up. Moving screen. Katena doesn't like the call. He's arguing with referee Weira, but Nicholson nailed for that moving screen. Baseline drive, and out of control. Down she goes. Turns it over, does Manson. Langara needs a score here. There's a baseline jumper. She passed it up, went for the easier banker. Good footwork there from Nadia Singh. All right, Langara's going back to man-to-man. Good move. Ball's reversed at the top. High post. Coffin kicks it out, reverses it. Another shot fake, good help defense. And that's going to be a charge. That was great help defense from Rokosh. And she squared up and took the contact. Offensive foul. That's the first foul of the quarter on the Blues. And that is the second foul for Mia Parkin. All right, chase on. Little flare cut there from Bond. Handoff to Roka. Singh looking to draw. A nice hezzy cross, but what do we got? Yeah, I think we can have a hand check call. Yeah. Coffin got caught watching the ball a bit, and that was a nice little crossover there by Singh. Hand check foul as she impeded her progress. 14 on the shot clock. Double screen on the baseline. Rokosh wasn't open. Now they're looking to give it back to Sunner. Singh's got a good position inside. Just a poor pass, unfortunately. It was the right idea. Singh was working hard to hold her position, but did not throw the ball to her hand, threw it outside that pocket, and forced a turnover. Cap looking for the back door. It wasn't there. Dribble handoff to Tomlinson. Coffin goes left. Almost picked off on the baseline drive. Tough two-pointer. Well contested. Let's see if the Blues get a box out. They do, and that is their ball. Oh, no. There's no way that's their ball. There's no way that's their ball. Referees need to discuss that. That was clearly hit out by the Blues. Looks like something's going on off the ball. No, they're going to keep it that way. Well, I'm pretty sure that's not the right call. But in the referee's defense, when you're on the baseline like that here in this gym, it's really tough to get an angle to see. That's why I like it when referees in this gym, particularly the trail official, who probably has a better view, will step in and let him know. But in that case, that's not what happened. 3-ball, Sutter. Ooh, okay, no good. And we're going to have a loose ball foul now, and that's going to go against Bond. And that is now the fourth team foul. So Langara's going to have to be careful. Because the rest of the fouls will be bonus, as Coach Chris Weimer, who's in his 8th year leading the Blues women, takes his first timeout. working on Coach Reimer's staff. First-year assistant coach Steph von Riedemann. Also first-year assistant coach Yoni Marmenstein. For Langara, like the assistants for Cap, he's a first-year coach in the league, Mr. Adriano Catena. He has assistants Ashiana Kumar, Sebastian Paz Duarte, both in their first years. Patrick Kamamal in his first year with the women. He has helped with the men before. As a matter of fact, Patrick was one of my assistants way back in the day. Well, not that long ago, but unfortunately that was during the COVID year, so we didn't get to play. Man, think about that, right? Like, that was craziness. 5 years ago, I think it was now. It's craziness. I remember coming into the gym, and of course everybody sanitizing, making sure all the balls were cleaned and washed. We had like marks on the sideline where players had to put their bags so they had social distance. They had to wear their masks. But then during certain drills, they could take the mask off, but then others they couldn't. And it was crazy. Like, the rules changed every day. But I'm really proud of that year, I have to tell you, because the boys came. They came out all the time, and they practiced. And we practiced, and we practiced. And at some point, we knew there was going to be no games, but we still practiced. And I feel bad for that group of young men and women and high school players and everybody, young people who lost that really difficult COVID year. But said Patrick was working with me at that time. Turnover inside, bad pass by Crane. 2-on-1, textbook. Oh, fumbled it, but finished. Yeah, great 2-on-1 finish. Very fundamental there by the Blues. 20-12 now. So Langara struggling at the offensive end. They've only scored 2 points this quarter. There's a drive by Paisley. She's blocked, but there's contact. So if you have trouble scoring, get to the line. And that's what Avani Paisley, third-year 5'8" guard at Surrey, BC, from North Surrey Secondary School of the Spartans. North Surrey Spartans. Home of the Randa brothers, two personal buddies of mine who I got to play with. Love the Randa brothers. Big Kirk, 7-footer, played up at SFU. Big John played down in North Idaho and then went to Division I and ended up being one of the leading rebounders in the country back when he played. Some great memories. That was a great team. They won the BC Championship too. Sorry, I'm digressing a bit about North Surrey. I get distracted easily, trust me. All right, that was a over and back violation by the Blues. Langara. Nicholson at the high post, looks to hand it off. Now she does. Open three. That play has been there every time. The Cap going under the screens, and they're just basically saying to Langara, hey, I don't think you're going to make it, so we're going to go under the screen. All right, right-hand drive. Right to the rack, finish. Yeah, Cap scoring a little bit easier now. I think Langara's a bit tired, but back they come in transition. Can't finish. Late foul call. Coach Reimer, hands up in the air, not happy. But good aggressive fast break, and like I said, when you're having trouble scoring, get to the line, create some points that way. And that's exactly what Emily Chan has done. She will get 2 shots. Looks like referee Weir is coming over to the scorekeepers. I think they're looking to correct a foul, make sure that the number was correct, I believe. I can actually see the scorekeeper up high here in the Falcons' nest at Langara College. And I can see her, yeah, she's changing it on not only the score sheet, but there's 2 carbon copies. Yes, that's right. In this day and age, we still have carbon copies. You always want the yellow copy. The white copy stays with the school, but the yellow copy goes to the winning team. It's demoralizing when they go, oh, hey, coach, good game, and they give you the pink score sheet. You're like, well, unfortunately, that pink means I lost. You always want the yellow one. All right, first free throw is good. Second free throw by Chan. Good. All right, Langara hanging in there. Down 7. Oh, long lead pass to Coffin. She was left like she likes to do. Can't finish the jump hook. Good defensively there by Nicholson. Chason. She's gonna. Oh, Nicholson's got a good seal. She missed her. Nicholson still got a good seal. Didn't find her, but there's a drive, and that's just a great block. Just an emphatic block. As Alana Sheeman said, "Not today," and blocked it out of bounds. And I think we're going to have a timeout by Langara. This will be their second timeout and last timeout of the first half. We got 4 minutes and 2 seconds left here at the beautiful Langara College campus, just off 49th and Canby in Vancouver. By the way, yes, I was. I think the reason I slipped and fell, well, obviously it's because I'm old and feeble, but I think the reason I slipped and fell is I was rushing. I have to admit, I was a little bit late because it's almost impossible to get into Langara now. There's so much construction going on. The amount of development that's going on in Vancouver, I mean, I don't want to go on a rant here, but my goodness. You drive down Oak or Canby especially, it's just nothing but cranes and bulldozers and single-family homes that are all gone and all these new townhouses and condos. It's crazy. And so getting to Langara today, I had to do 2 different detours down side streets. I think I actually did something illegal. I think. It's hard to read the signage, but otherwise I don't know how I would have got in here, and I ended up finding the parking lot somehow. And so I was rushing to get here, and the consequences were my incredibly graceful wipeout here in the Falcons' nest. All right, we're back to action. 4 minutes and 2 seconds to go. Screen on the baseline by Nicholson. Ball goes into Chason. They're just looking to go inside, but they're not getting it. There it goes. Good deep position. That's just beautiful. Nicholson had good position. She held it, and when the ball was reversed, she sealed. I mean, that's old school post play that you don't see a lot anymore. Great move and great fundamentals by Langara to get the right angle to make that pass. Oh, good steal inside, and that's going to be a foul, no question about it. And that's going to be a technical foul. So we had a good steal by Langara, by Chason, and then it looked to me like number 3, Nizlova, ran in, and the referee is going to tee her up for unsportsmanlike conduct of some kind. I guess as the players were on the ground, referees called the foul, which was on Tomlinson, and then I believe it was number 3, Barcha Nizlova, who came in and got a technical. I think she was trying to claim that she was going in there to help the player up, which she might have been, I don't know, but the official saw something he did not like in her demeanor, and I believe whistled a technical foul, although I don't see that the technical foul has been reported yet. Now that foul was the 5th team foul, although it's still saying 4 on the clock, so that's weird. Should be the 5th, I believe. That will be 2 shots for Langara. However, the technical, if there was one, which I don't know if it's even been reported yet because it's not on the board. Here it comes. Yeah. Oh, no, blue, the foul was on blue 3. Oh, okay, they got the... Okay. Okay, so here's what happened. It wasn't a technical. So the foul... I'm very confused. I apologize. Blue. Oh, so there's an unsportsmanlike foul on Langara? I'm very confused. Oh, this is interesting. Referee, we're explaining it to Coach Katana. So, okay, now they finally have the foul up on the clock. So the foul was on... I thought the foul was on Tomlinson. I thought the original foul was on Tomlinson. Then I think the unsportsmanlike was on Paisley. And I think that was Paisley, I guess, committed an unsportsmanlike foul on Barcha Nizlova, I think. So Nizlova will get 2 shots. Now this is interesting. I hope my referee friends are all watching this. Because what they're doing is, it was the penalty, so it's going to be 2 shots for Langara. So she takes the 2 shots. Now, Nizlova is going to get 2 shots at the other end, and then Capilano will get the ball. So here's my question. Referee friends out there, let me know. Send me a message on Twitter or X, @Coach Eve. Send me a message @Coach Eve. maybe comment in the comments here, even though I can't see them. Is this right? I mean, I think it probably is. But one of my thoughts is, since both teams are shooting 2 free throws, I thought you would just cancel those free throws out, and then it would be Cap ball because of the unsporting. But, I don't know. So I'd be interested to find out. Anybody that knows the actual procedure there, and I'm sure they got it right. I mean, these are very good officials, but I'm just curious because it's a unique situation you don't see often. Okay, so the result of that was Langara made 2 free throws, and Cap only made 1, and they missed on the possession, so it ended up being a net positive for Langara of 1. They're going to fast break again. They're finding success running that right wing, and she finishes at the hoop. Beautiful transition. Running the lane hard was Chan, and she got rewarded. Langara's amped up now as they got it back to within 2 after being down 9, and they've gone back to man-to-man, or is it a zone? Couldn't tell, but unlucky as the ball went in and out, but good hustle for the rebound by Nizlova. 3-ball, Tomlinson, no good. Loose rebound, great. That's a bad call, man. That's a bad call. Chason was obviously the smaller player, was doing everything she possibly could to box out. She wasn't using her hands. She was in a good position, right? She had her butt on the other player, was boxing her out, and they called a foul. I guess what they're saying is that her box out maybe was too aggressive. Maybe she was backing her up, she was moving a bit, but so maybe technically that's a foul, but it's not a foul that players like and coaches like, because you teach players box out technique, and she had very good box out technique there, but I guess the movement of her backing up on the box out was the foul. So maybe I was a little harsh in my initial reaction, but I love it when players box out because it's such a lost art, and I like to see players being rewarded for that, but of course I'm looking at it from a coaching perspective, not an official's perspective. All right, ball goes high post, Singh, dribble handoff. Chan, long 3, no good. Rebounds big, chased down by Cap. 25-21, 2 minutes, 28 seconds to go. Langara fired up after some nice fast break finishes. And they're staying in man, looking to go inside to Coffin. They can't get her to the ball. 6 on the shot clock, 5. Nothing there. They're going to double team. Are they going to get a shot off? Tough shot. And that's great defense by Langara. And the ball goes out of bounds. Again, really good box out. I don't know if you saw that on the camera, but Caitlin Chan did a great job of boxing out. Okay, we got a ball game here. 2 minutes. Chan. Looking for Singh, nothing there. Little blur cut there. High post jumper, elbow. Singh likes that shot, back rim. Good hustle on the rebound by Catalina. All right, center. Baseline drive, nothing there. 5 on the shot clock. There's a drive, hoop, nothing. Chan can't finish. 1 minute, 30 seconds. Falcons need to stop here. No foul, because if you foul, they're going to the line. Switch the screen. They've done that all game. A very good job of switching all the screens. Shot clock's getting deep again. Coffin goes right. That's an offensive foul, baby. Oh, no, it's not. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. That just looked like such an obvious offensive foul. I'm usually pretty good at getting that right, but referee saw it differently for me. So it's going to be a blocking foul on Rokosh. I really thought she was there. Let me know what you think. Put a Y for yes or an N for no if you think I was right on that. Y if it's a charge. Put a Y if you thought it was a charge. Put an N if you thought it was a block. I hope I see lots of Ys. Short on the free throw. Good boxing out again. Love the scrappiness I'm seeing from the Falcons tonight. Just love it. All right, ball's at the top of the key. Reversed. Corner reverse. They're going to go inside to Singh. Good seal. That's a tough fadeaway. In and out. Not a bad look. Now they're going to have to play great defense again, which they have been doing very consistently after a tough start to the quarter. Nizlova Kicks it to Tomlinson. Tomlinson's going to try another three, and she gets it. Knocks it down. Big basket from Tomlinson. Gets the lead back up to 7. Looks like there's only going to be 2 possessions left. Corner 3. Can they match it? Oh, dear. Air ball, but nice rebound. Oh, and there's the foul. Rokosh caught the air ball, went to finish it. She gets fouled. There's 25 seconds to go. Langara will shoot 2, Rokosh, and then the Blues will have an opportunity for the last shot of the quarter. That was a big 3 by Tomlinson. Capilano's really been packing it back, walling up against them, and someone has to open up the outside with a 3, and Tomlinson did just that. Truthfully, Langara needs to do that too. It's been a tough year for Langara shooting 3s, but Cap is not shooting the 3 ball very well today either, so I think whichever team can get on track with a few 3s will make a huge difference, like that one we just saw from Tomlinson. Okay. Langara trying to defend for the last 25 seconds. Tomlinson thought she was fouled. And that's not a smart foul. Catalina fouling her at center, giving 2 free throws. There's no need for that. And it was interesting, Tomlinson thought she was fouled, and actually turned to the ref while she was dribbling, no call, and then she reached in again, and the referee had to call that one. All right, Tomlinson at the line. First one is, it hit the rim about 6 times, but came out. 28-21. Makes the second, 29-20, 14 seconds, full court pressure from the Blues. All right, Catalina, let's see if the Langara can get a shot off. They try to go high post, they do. Nice turnout, such a beautiful aggressive move. Count the basket. Regan Bond got at the high post and just turned to her left and said, get out of my way, baby, because I'm going to the rack. Wow, this is a great game. I'm having fun. I don't know, maybe I hit my head when I fell down and I'm delirious, but I'm having fun today. Saturday afternoon, women's PACWEST basketball action. Coach Eve coming to you live from Langara College. Your halftime score, the Falcons 23 and the Blues 29. All right, I'm going to take a bit of a break, and I'll be back in about 15 minutes with all the stats and numbers and musings from the first half. Coach Katina just wanted to get a word in with the rest before they go to the locker room. I think he wasn't happy with the reaching call because he felt it was happening at the other end, but got a quick word in. Nothing impolite or rude, just had a question, and now it's halftime. All right, I'll be back in about 15. Big guy falls, it's a big fall. I'm all right. All right, PACWEST Hoop fans, Coach E back with you, live on the Langara College YouTube channel, bringing you a really, really exciting game here as the Langara College Falcons, the Lady Falcons, fighting hard to get their first win of the year. And an exceptional defensive quarter by both teams. Now, having said that, teams also did struggle to shoot, especially from the three ball. But I think Langara's only opportunity to win this game is, they gave up 29 in the first half. They got to, keep them around that in the second half, because I'm not sure if they can get more than 60 up on the board. So another great defensive half by the Falcons could result in their first win of the year. We will see. Just going to bring up the stats for you in this game. I just got to refresh them here on my phone. All right, we'll take a look at the team comparison first. Again, as I mentioned, just horrible shooting. Capilano 10 of 35, shooting 28.6%. Langara doing worse, shooting 7 of 28 for 25%. 3-point field goals. A late 3 by Tomlinson really helped the Blues, but they still ended up 4 of 14, which is also 28.6%. And the Falcons only managed to hit 1. They were 1 of 8 for 12.5%. 5 of 10 for the Blues from the line for 50%. Langara with a bit of an advantage there, going 8 for 12, which of course is 66.666%. Langara did a good job after 5 turnovers in the first quarter, only had 7, so 2 in the second quarter for a total of 7. Blues are out rebounding the Falcons 22-18. Both teams have pretty equal assists, 8 for Capilano, 7 for Langara. Points in the paint are also very similar, so tight game. Let me see if I can bring up the individual stats here as we're getting ready for Paisley to inbound the ball. Okay, here they are. 13 points for Madeline Coffin, 5 for Nizlova, 4 for Tomlinson. Nizlova leading with 9 rebounds, where Mia Parkin contributed 5 boards. Langara corner 3, shot fake, drive, chase on, skip pass. 3 ball, way off the mark. Good box out there by Coffin. Langara, very balanced scoring. 3 ball, no good. Just ripped away. Nice job by Parkin. Tomlinson reverses it, 8 on the shot clock. They're having a tough time getting one off. Drive left middle, good help by Langara. 3 ball corner, shot clock violation. Lisa Center 5, Regan Bond 5, Emily Chan 4, Isabel Nicholson 4, and Ivana Paisley 3. Rebounding, again balanced. Singh with 4 and Padolina with 4. Good block inside by Parkin. Loose ball, bodies everywhere. This is going to be a jump ball. And that will go to Langara. Players did a good job there of rushing in to help each other up. And you notice the refs did a good job too, because they kept an eye on it. You always have to keep an eye on it. And they did a good job of making sure that was a clean separation. It was. On we play. Oh, almost a push off there. Got away with it. Middle drive wide open. There's no help defense. First time Langara's been not shown any help defense at all, as Manson got all the way to the hoop for the layup. No, it wasn't Manson, sorry. Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, it's hard to see the numbers because of the ponytails. They cover up the numbers. And I saw that number. That was definitely Mia Parkin. And just like that, 10-point lead, driving, spinning, whirling dervish, not a good shot. I think if the Blues score here, a timeout will be needed. Langara scrambling, shot fake, and there's a foul. Oh, but there you go. Hasn't happened yet, first time today. That mysterious sideline, which always jumps up and catches players. I want to tell you, on an average, it's at least 2.5 a game. Well, like 2 to 3. So average of 2.5 that opposing teams step out of bounds here in this gym. Actually, our own players do it too, but not as much, because obviously this is a gym that they are used to. Chason dribbling, still dribbling, high screen, still dribbling, and great rebound by Chason. She's blocked. Not a great possession there for Langara. Way too much dribbling, no ball movement. Ball's at the top. 3 ball, no good. Big rebound, and it's chased down by Catalina. She's being pressed. This could be an 8-second call, and it is. And Coach Katena's seen enough. He's going to send in 3 subs. Nicholson, Chan, and Rokosh. 33-23. Langara in danger a bit here. The biggest lead of the game now for the Blues of 10. Oh, ball's mishandled. Almost went over and back, but good save by Mislova. Pick and roll with Coffin. Coffin hands it off. Tough foul shot, but she knocks it down. Well defended on that shot was Alana Sheeman, but she didn't flinch, knocked it down. And now it's 12 points. Inside to Nicholson. She's going to turn right. No good. And Cap showing a lot of confidence offensively now. Shot goes up. It's good. Timeout. Yes, sir. Definitely needed. As the half has now started with an 8-0 run by the Blues. 8-0 run by the Blues. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon matinee is a doubleheader. After this game, of course, we have the men Falcons taking on the Blues men's team. Again, they played on Thursday. I actually watched that game. It was Langara's had a couple of heartbreakers in their last games. They lost an overtime thriller to VIU, and then lost another tight game and went right down to the wire on Thursday to the Blues. So the men are going to be looking to bounce back as well. .6:44 to go here in the third quarter. Just give you a quick update on other women's games going on right now in the PACWEST. Don't forget, PACWESTBC.ca. That's PACWESTBC.ca for all your PACWEST news, all your games, links to all the videos, and of course, box scores of the game. So we had a pretty big blowout in the women's game this afternoon as Douglas, and that's an offensive foul. Yeah, Nicholson doesn't like it. She got really good position. She's a little frustrated, but she did dislodge the defensive player. And that is an offensive foul. Good call there by referee Wera. As I said, Douglas smoked Okanagan, 112-44. Good Lord. That's a 68-point win. My goodness. In and out, but rebounded by Coffin, and that's another foul on Nicholson. And back-to-back fouls. She now has 4, and she's going to have to sit out as Coffin will go to the line. I think she has, yeah, there's the 4th foul now up on the clock. And the other game, VIU, oh no, you know what, hang on, check that last score. I was way off. That was the wrong week. My apologies. Oh dear. All right, here it is. CBC beating Camosun 41-29 right now. VIU beating Douglas 30-23 right now. And here we have a 38-23 lead in this game for the Blues as they have come out focused and determined in this third quarter and have now opened up on a 10-0 run. Langara in desperate need here. Let's see what they can come up with. A little in and out dribble there by Chason. She tries to kick it. Ball's deflected, and that was just great hustle. And that's going to be a foul. That's going to be a foul. And that's another technical? All right. Lucas, referee Lucas just dishing out the tees, baby. Okay, so this is good for me, testing my knowledge. So the original foul was on 6 white, but that was not a shooting foul. Okay? The technical foul is going to be 1 shot for center. Anybody can shoot it, of course. But the ball will go back to Capilano. Some of you might remember that technical fouls used to be a shot, 2 shots actually in possession. But now it's 1 shot, and I believe the technical term, referee friends, let me know if I'm wrong, I'm sure you will. I think it's called the point of interruption. So when that happened, it was Capilano ball because of the foul by Langara. So Langara could not capitalize on that point, and they still have not scored. 3 ball way off the mark, and they still have not scored this quarter. 4 minutes, 7 seconds without a hoop. Capilano amping it up with some full court pressure now too. Center looks for Chase on. Now Center's going to bring it up. High screen there by Crane. She's open. Oh, she traveled. Yeah, referee picked it up. Took a couple little extra quick steps before she passed it. And that's a traveling violation. Langara having a tough quarter. High screen and roll. No, she rejects the screen. Weak side help gets there, but a beautiful step through, but couldn't finish. Great hustle for that rebound by Sheeman. Another tough shot inside, no good. And right now, Langara did such a good job in that first half on the boards, but now they're struggling and they're going to get a foul there. I think that's going to be over the back on number 5, Sasha Niehaus. Sasha's a first-year player out of Sir Winston Churchill Secondary. That's the Bulldogs. Looks like referee just gave Coach Katana a warning. He's getting pretty animated. Referee telling him to settle down. That's never happened to me. No referee's ever told me that because no one's calmer than I am. Reverse layup. No good. Another tough shot for Rokosh inside. But there's a steal. Nice steal by Sunner. She's going to go for 3. No. Three ball, good. And the run continues inside out. Maddie Coffin knocks down the triple. And Langara's in big trouble now. This is going to be a rout. They're going to have to dig in and chip away at this. See if they can get a good shot here as this defense is just confounding them. Nice screen. She gets right to the rack. There you go. Solid screen by Crane. Good left-hand drive and finish. First basket of the quarter for the Falcons. Oh, nice pass. What a beautiful drive by Parkin. Draws the defense. Dishes at the Coffin. All day layup. Air ball 3. And that's going to be a holding foul on Niehaus. That's a good catch. It was off the ball. Center was trying to crash the board, and Niehaus grabbed it. It was a good catch off the ball, but that's only the 3rd foul. Both teams with 3. 3:44 to go. A little baseline inbounds here. They're in a box set, double screen through the door. Yep, that's the doors play, what I call doors. We run something very similar to that. High screen, Crane gets to the hoop and foul. So Langara showing a little bit of life here. A couple of really good possessions using that high screen and roll. They got a layup, and now they're going to get a couple free throws. So now they're down 19, right? So they've been outscored 15-2 in this quarter. So obviously they're not going to get it back to 6 with 3:35 to go, but here's what they need to do. They got to buckle down on defense. They really have to keep Cap off the score sheet, maybe 1 basket, let them get to 46 or 47. And if they can even just get it up to like 33, 34, make it an 11, 12-point game, then they have a shot. Step through layup. That's not going to do it. after a free throw to give up a 3-second transition layup. That drives us coaches insane. They're going to high screen and roll again. She rejects the screen, gets to the rack, but is met, and a very good block once again from the Blues. Mia Parkin coming from the weak side, blocking it out of bounds. 13 on the shot clock as Jade Defund Amaya. Okay, hang on, I'm going to get this right. Jade Defund Amayara. Hope I got that right, Jade. She's now in the game. 10 on the shot clock. Ball's reversed. Bond. Bond goes inside. Jumper from Crane, no good. Rebounded Falcon, a rare offensive rebound there. Crane hands it off. Open 3 ball. They got to knock one of these down. There it is. Finally, that 3 they've been looking for as Chan set her feet and knocked down a much-needed triple. All right, inside-out play here for the Blues. Good help inside. Ball's reversed to Sheeman. Back at the top. Running out of time is Parkin. She takes the screen. Langara switches. They get a steal. Sing with the steal. 2-on-1. She's going to keep it herself. Okay, good decision. It wasn't there. Pull it out. Good decision. A lot of times athletes will force that layup and take a bad shot. Very good decision there by Shan. 3 ball, way off the mark. And the ball goes out of bounds. 46-28. 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go here. After a blitz start by the Blues, Langara showing some grit now, digging in, trying to chip away at this. Almost a steal. Good pressure defense here by the Falcons. The Blues are scrambling. Oh, that's just not what you want. I mean, they played great defense for 17 seconds. Capilano had nothing going for them. And then Caitlin Chen reaches in at the top. And that's going to be a foul. Now it's the 4th foul. But Coach Weimer is going to take a timeout here. And they're going to have the ball with 14 seconds to go on the shot clock. Once again, coming to you live on Langara Athletics Falcons YouTube network. Remember, all the games in the PACWEST are streamed on YouTube. You just have to click in the name of the team you want to watch. If you want to watch Okanagan, just click in Okanagan basketball, Okanagan College basketball, Douglas College basketball, and you'll find not only the game live, but all the games, of course, are archived as well. Come a long way in this game. When I first started in this league at CAP, 1999, all the games were on VHS, and teams were required, after filming it, they had to copy the game right away, and you usually had to wait 15 or 20 minutes after the game to get it. I remember in my living room having 2 VCRs hooked side by side. That's how you'd watch a video. Okay, at 52 on the counter, I want to show that. And at 289 on the counter, and you got to go through it all, write down the clips you want. Then you'd go tape to tape. Oh my God, was it a laborious process. And there's a traveling violation, not what you want coming out of the timeout. Then we switched to DVDs. They were copied quicker. You didn't have to wait as long, but, once again, actually, doing the tape to tape on the VHS, I think for me at that time was easier than DVDs. I think most of these players playing now wouldn't even know what a VHS was. They definitely wouldn't know that. I don't know if they'd know what a DVD is either. And then right towards the end, flash drives came in. Oh, nice ball movement off the glass and in. Langara getting some penetration with great passing. There's another steal. I think we're going to have a foul. We are. Hard to see what's going on up here in the Falcons' nest. But there was a steal and a foul, and that's going to give 2 shots. And Langara having a strong finish to the quarter. Now they can't let up. 1:23 to go. Remember what I said. They had to keep the Blues, under 48 if they could, and, cut this down to like 11 or 12, and they have a chance to do that here. Free throw's good. Second one's no good. Loose rebound. Crane chases it, can't get it. The ball goes to the Blues. 46-31. 1 minute, 18 seconds to go. Is that a steal? Oh, it's close. 8-second call. The Langara bunch is fired up. The whole team's up and chapping and clearing. There really is great emotion and intensity in this game. On the floor, too. I love it. I just love it. Dribble handoff to Bond. Bond spins, shoots, no good. Almost got the rebound, but knocked that out of bounds. Falcon ball. Blues ball. Langara, a little soft pressure here. Trapping now, they're going to trap the ball. Trying to speed the tempo up here. Baseline help comes. Crane, good help from Crane, but great board crash by Lopez. Lucia Lopez gets that loose rebound. Great help from Crane. And the ball goes out of bounds off the Blues. Coach Weimer is incredulous, as is Lopez. Can't believe they didn't get a foul call there, but the referee said ball contact only, so play on. All right, Langara should get a 2-for-1 here. Ball, Crane steps out on the perimeter, looking inside. There it goes to Chan. That's a foul. That's a foul. It's going to be 2 shots. Hand check foul. As Bond was driving, Olivia Rosinski had a little armbar to her stomach as she was dribbling. It's a holding foul. Oh, Langara not taking advantage. They've gone 1 for 3 from the line here. Got to knock this one down. Good. 46-32. If Langara gets a stop here, they might have time for a last shot. Lopez drives. Tough fadeaway shot. Knocks it down. Big hoop for the Royals. All right, 15 seconds for the Falcons. That shot was taken a little early, but great result. 5 seconds. There's the drive. And there's the foul. Langara really smart this last 3 minutes. They're just going hard, and they're not trying to, finesse. They're going hard and taking these fouls. I would imagine in this quarter they have a big advantage at the foul line, as Langara can cut this to 14, which gives them a fighting chance. In and out, rebound. No foul now, don't foul now. 1 second. No shot. No shot. So, a good quarter for the Blues. They looked like they might break the doors wide open and bust this one up. But Langara shows some nice resolve to end the quarter. 48-33 is your score. I'll be back with some stats. Just going to take a quick break. All right, I am back with some stats. So if you remember, the score after the halftime was 29-23. So a good offensive quarter for the Blues as they put up 19 points. Langara really struggling on offense. It took them almost 5 minutes to score. But they did end up getting some hoops down the stretch to give them a chance. They scored 10 points in that quarter. So as we talked about at half, I mean, from a numbers perspective, Langara scored 33 after 3 quarters. That's 11 points a quarter. So clearly they can't do that in the fourth quarter. Or even if they shut out the Blues, they would lose. So we really need to see a big burst of offense here. I would say if Langara wants to have any chance, that they're going to need to put up 25 in this quarter. That would mean they'd have to hold the Blues to 10. A daunting task for such a good team like the Blues, but that's what they got to do. We'll see if they can push it a little bit. 33-48, and here we go. Inside post up, not there. Chason trying to find something. Singh's going to drive left. She's going to try to run her. She's fouled. Again, we talked about this. That foul's on Nizlova. We talked about this earlier on a Langara player in the first quarter, I think it was. When a player's out of control and driving, it's hard, I know, because you got to defend, right? But never reach in, because that layup, the odds of Singh making that layup were very low. You know what? And if she did, good for her. But the last thing you want to do is what we call bail a player out. That's bailing somebody out, right? And that was Tegan Lee. I think I might have called the wrong name. Sorry, once again, the ponytail blocking makes it a little harder. But that was Lee, who made 1 of 2. In and out 3, rebound Langara. Tegan Lee is a first-year player out of Britannia, east side of Vancouver, the mighty Britannia Bruins. Oh, great post-up. Beautiful textbook post-up by Singh. A great bounce pass and a drop-step layup. Love it. Out of bounds. There it is again. I call that the Falcons' 6th player. It's the 6th woman, because it's an extra defender. Players do it, I said, at least twice a game, right? Well, there's been 2 already. We'll see if they get another one. All right, Lee gives it to Singh. Singh pivots, squares, shot fake, nothing there. Goes inside to Lee. Lee's going to go a little jump up. No, she kicks it out. Open 3, off the back rim. Big rebound, and it's collected by the Blues. Open layup drive. Lee tries to get there, but she gets there late. Nice aggressive move from Tegan Manson. 14-point lead. Langara got to cut into this. Their objective is to get it to under single digits, to get it to 9 or less by the 5-minute mark. Layup is missed. Good hustle there by Lee. Great hustle by Singh. We got bodies flying. Jump ball. And everyone comes in and helps everybody up. It's all good. And I think we need a towel here for the floor, I'm guessing. No, I guess it's okay. Tomlinson at the top, probing, nothing there. Pass gets deflected, stolen. Rokash, what are we going to call? Block. Good call. Good call. No, I like that call. Because if you notice, again, we don't have instant replay, right? But if you notice, she actually jumped in the air sideways. Not much, but she moved, and she hadn't landed yet with her feet even. The contact hop happened, and that is definitely a offensive foul. Now the refs are going to talk about the shot clock. I don't think it's 14. It should be more than that. I think it should be more than that. The referee's checking. And it's 20. Yeah, I thought it was around that. Good catch by the officials. By the way, that foul was on Tomlinson, her second. And we have a football. Ball goes back to Langara. Inbounded to Singh, to Chason. Single screen in the corner. Paisley, shot fake, drive middle. Count it! 50-38. Well, it's a travel. I thought it might have been the third step on the line because it was close, but it's the same result. Let's see if the Falcons can take advantage of this turnover. Oh, Singh was open inside. They missed her. Paisley. Bond. Shot fake. Gonna go inside this thing. She's pushed out a bit here. She's gonna have to try to get a shot up. It's gonna be a tough shot. Fade away. And down it goes. 10-point game. Coach Weimer extremely mad about something. They're not sure what. And there's a steal. If they score here, I think it's timeout. Timeout time for the Blues. Nice little run here. Can they take advantage? It's a big mountain to climb. High screen and roll. They've used that a lot. Nothing there. Chasson travels. Yeah, she took a tiny bump, and then she took an extra step. Too bad. That would have got it into single digits, which psychologically is so huge. And there's the timeout. I figured it would probably be coming. Coach Weimer is going to take his first timeout of the second half. Now remember, folks, in FIBA basketball, you get 3 timeouts. You get 3 timeouts in the second half, but one of them has to be used before the 2-minute mark. So if you have all 3 timeouts and the clock hits 2 minutes, they take one away. Now, having said that, I'm trying to remember. I actually think that it's the second timeout by the Blues, so I think Coach Weimer has one left, and I think that Coach Katana also has only one left. I think they both called 2. So with 6:50 to go, they're going to have to really manage that. Good start to the quarter for the Falcons as they've opened up on a 7-2 run. Is that right? I think it was 48-33, right? So if it was 48-33, that's 7-2. You know, I'm very good at math. I don't know if you've noticed on these broadcasts, but I'm really good at math. I had a great math teacher in grade 6. His name was Mr. Bosman. And we had competitions. Like, he'd put stuff on the board, and you'd compete against somebody to get the right answer. And because of my competitive nature, I just loved it. And so I loved going to math class. I could hardly wait. I got really good at math. Now, having said that, 3-ball, way off. Overshot air ball, not what you wanted of the timeout. Rebound collected by the Blues. They got 13 on the shot clock. Tomlinson, another turnover. No, they get it back, and that's going to be a foul on... Oh, wait a minute. Who's the foul on? I thought the foul might have been on Langara, but I see the officials pointing the other direction. Let's see what happens here. White? Who'd she call it on? White 3? Did she say white 3? There is no white 3. Now the referees are talking. As Parkin gets up after being injured on the floor. She's going to come out. She's not looking good. She landed on her elbow pretty hard. Now what are we doing here? Well, I'm confused. I thought the referee called it on white 3. But there's no white 3 on the floor. Now what are we doing? This is very confusing. They haven't put the foul up on the board. I wonder... I haven't put the foul up on the board. Did they just call a jump ball? I'm very confused. I thought I saw the referee called a foul and said white 3. And there's no white 3 out there. All right, well, we'll see if they can sort it out. Loose rebound foul is going to be on the Falcons. That's on white 6. Yeah, Sunder's in the game. Maybe I saw the number wrong, but they never put it up on the board, so looks like we're just not going to worry about that, I guess. 3-ball. Nope. And let's see, who's going to call that foul on? That's going to be another box-out foul call, and that's going to be on Paisley. She was trying to box out, but she actually was boxing out facing the player, which is not illegal. You can do that. But I think she grabbed a hold of her, causing the foul. Screen and roll switch. Ball goes out of bounds. Langara scrapping every possession. 6 seconds on the shot clock. I can't even see in this corner, I'm sorry. I'm blocked up here in the nest. Okay, I can see 3's inbounding it. And layup inside. A really nice misdirection cut by Matty Coffin, the veteran 5'11", fifth-year guard out of Sea Cove Secondary in North Vancouver. And what are they? They are the Sea Cove Seahawks. I know them all. Paisley, Singh, shot fake. Skip pass, open three. Langara needs this one, and it doesn't hit anything. All right, they did get it back to 10. They can't afford to give up too many more hoops. Although they are scoring at a much better pace. They've had 7 so far, which is more than they had in any of the other quarters. And that's travel. Well, you know, this game has been very intense and high energy, and actually pretty well played. But I would say I think the players are getting a little tired because the last few minutes has been very sloppy. We've had a string of travels and out of bounds and loose balls and jump balls and fouls. It has been a kind of an ugly 2 or 3 minutes here. And it's probably because these players are playing so hard and they're having so much energy, they're just getting tired. But you know what? It's winning time, man. 5 minutes to go. Let's see who can pull this out. A little high post flex screen. Oh! Ball goes out of bounds. Out of bounds. That was a layup. Too bad. Falcons full court pressure. Midzlova to Tomlinson. Tomlinson. Midzlova. Not much going on here, but Matty Coffin's going to take it into her own hands. Drive and finish. Drive from the high post. You know, I said early in the game, Maddie is very good at going left, and I think she prefers to go left, but showing what a good player she is and how talented she is, she can go right with the best of them too. Long rebound, picked up by Capilano, and Singh gets back and steals it. All right, 14. It's do or die time now for the Falcons. They cannot let this lead get up any higher. I think Crane just hurt herself there. She's favoring her leg. I don't know if coach saw it. She might need a sub. Tomlinson gives it in the corner to 3 ball, way off the mark from Defonda Miera. But another rebound. Langara survived that. All right, 4 minutes to go. Langara's in a bit of an offensive rut here. They just have to score. Maybe they got to extend that full court press a bit more aggressively and start risking taking some chances. And that time, another block for the Blues. So the Blues have picked up their interior defense. The help side is getting there every time, and they're walling up. And that's a foul. Yeah, I mean, good aggressiveness there from Bond. Good aggressiveness. She actually caused a turnover, but, you know, it's easy to force a turnover when you slap the other player on the arm. Unless, of course, the ref doesn't see it. Then it's a great defensive play. 54-40. Handoff. On the shot clock. Chasson gets through. Nice kick and find. Good drive and finish. Great pass by Chasson as she found a cutting Catalina. And they have extended this pressure a little bit. They're really working these Capilano guards hard. Switching the screen. They've had a lot of success switching the screen, and their pressure forces the travel. Boy, Langara is playing great defense right now. Back door's open. Nice cut and a nice finish Singh finds a nice cutting Chesson. And they've got it back to 10. Now, there's no room for error here. They got to keep Capilano off the score sheet and almost entirely here to have any chance. 3 ball, no good. Goes off of Singh out of bounds, but that ball did not hit the rim. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Out of bounds, but it's going to take 2 more seconds off the shot clock. 5. Okay, now they're in the corner that I can't see, and if I stick my big dome out, it'll block the camera. So, no, let's see if I bend a little bit more. I'm not very flexible. No, can't see who's inbounding the ball, but it is in the corner. 5 in the shot clock. Let's see what happens. They're having trouble getting it in. They do. The Coffin, that's the one you want to have it. Are they going to get a shot off? They do, but a air ball. All right, here comes Langara. Can they take advantage in transition? They push it up to Chan. Chesson reverses it to Bond. High post to Singh. Hand off to Bond. Spin in the middle. Beautiful. Spinorama, baby. It's an 8-point game. Can the Falcons get another stock? They are exhausted. Almost got one there. Oh, Capilano panicking a little bit now. Love the energy I'm seeing today. There's a steal. Get on the floor. And that's going to be a foul. Now, it's interesting. Who's the foul on? He's calling it on Cap? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I don't understand that call in the slightest. Tomlinson was the first to the ball. And then I thought the foul was going to be on a Langara player. It should have been a jump ball, but the referee saw something that Tomlinson did that I didn't see and Coach Reimer didn't see, but that's a good break for the Falcons. They've got this to 8. This is the closest they've been since the start of the third quarter. They are showing tremendous intensity on defense. I'm really enjoying this game. I hope you are too. These teams are fighting and scrapping. This is a big mountain for the women to climb to try to get their first win, but they're doing it right now. 8 points with a minute 38. Again, still a long shot, but with possession here and a score. You know, it's interesting what happens. I mean, I've seen everything in this game. Everything. And what happens a lot is when teams get a big lead and then the other team picks up their level to try to fight back. Sometimes the team that got in the lead, I've had my team do this many times, they just kind of ease up. They get the lead, they figure everything's good. Then the other team changes what they're doing, and sometimes the team with the big lead doesn't adjust. And Langara certainly, after a sluggish third quarter start, have just played tremendous defense and flustered the Cap Blues into, I'm going to say at least 10 turnovers in this second half, at least. Maybe more. Okay, big possession here. They're going to have a double low and high on the other side. They're going to go into the 3-point line to Bond. Bond sees Singh. Oh, no, she almost dropped it out of bounds, but she saved it. Lucky there. 5 on the shot clock. And that's, Chesson almost got fouled. She gets a shot off, no good. Rebound goes out of bounds to Langara. Well, it was a good, tough possession. Blues played great D. Chesson found a lane but couldn't quite finish. So once again, a stop is mandatory here. And that's great defense. Oh, that is great defense. Are you kidding me? That is great defense. Why? I'm sorry. I don't understand. The referee that had the best angle for the play was the trail official. Her hands were showing. That's good defense. I don't understand why the official on this sideline would call that. His view of it would not be good. The only thing he could see from this view is what I could see because I'm standing in the same spot. And that would be he could see the Langara player with their hands up on their side. I don't know how he could see contact from here. His partner at the trail spot, that's her call. And she had a better view of it, and she didn't make the call. All right. Another ramp. Oh, in and out. Tough move by Chesson. Rebound Singh. Yes. They get it back to 8. Full court pressure. All right, Chason chasing down. Cap slows it up, gives it back to Tomlinson. And there's a foul. Yeah, I think that's the right foul. You got to try to get the clock stopped. And hope they miss some free throws. Tomlinson going to the line for 2. Again, experienced veteran, 5th-year player. Hometown of Port Moody, BC. Heritage Woods Secondary School. The Kodiaks. They run a great boys high school tournament there too at the start of the year. I've been to a great tournament. Of course, I know Lauren's father very well. Coach Ross Tomlinson, known him for, 40 years. Ross, a great coach in his own right, and was director of men's basketball elite performance for Basketball BC, so I got to work with Ross a lot. And there's a loose ball, and what are we going to do? We're just going to hold it there. Let's see. Okay. Cap didn't want to foul, so she laid on the ground and she gave the ball to player. She didn't roll over. 3-ball. I banked it in. Woo, baby. The bank was open. Tomlinson's trapped. That's not a good foul. Chason was just overly aggressive. When you have a player trapped like that with nowhere to go on the baseline, you don't foul. You just stay there because that player has nowhere to go. Unfortunately, Chason walked in and pushed the player. Referee correctly called the foul. And Tomlinson back to the line. We'll see if she can make up for the one she missed last time. That bank shot, an unlikely banker on a Saturday afternoon. I guess the banks are open today. We'll call that the BMO bank shot. 6 point. This is as close as they've been since the start of the second half. Now, again, it's tough. 33 seconds to go. But we'll see. Oh, rebound Cap. Oh, they missed the bunny, but they got another rebound jump ball coming up here. Possession goes to Langara. Langara got lucky there as Nizlova, really good work on the old boards, but missed the layup. Got another rebound. And then the jump ball goes to Langara. And Coach Catena wanted to have a word with the referee about that foul call. He's not even talking to the referee that made it, but he's mad about it, and I don't blame him for 1 minute. All right, 29 seconds to go. Langara will advance the ball for sure here to the front court. They need a quick score. Now, they don't have to get a 3 here because right now it's a 3-possession game. So even if they get 2, that makes it a 2-possession game, 58, say 53. They then foul and hope for some more misses from the line. To see if I can pull up the stats here, because here, let me just bring this up here. I know that Catherine's struggling from the line. Let's see what they are. Sorry, it's just loading now, folks. All right. So they're 11 of 18 from the line for 61%. So not great foul shooting. They're shooting much better than the Blues. The Blues are 12 of 23, just over 50%. Both teams have brought their shooting percentages up for the game. Langara now 21 of 62, 34%. Langara 18 of 58, 31%. 3-point field goal is pretty dismal, both teams. 5 of 23, 21.7% for the Blues. 3 of 16, 18.8% for the Falcons. Okay, an interesting set, a 1-4 low. Going to have a little pin down screen for Singh. Singh steps out, gives it to Paisley. Oh, are you kidding me? And there it is. What do we talk about? The 6th player, that's that sideline. And in your own gym with 30 seconds to go, that's a killer. You have to know where you are. I mean, it's tough. It is tough. I get it. It happens a lot, but it's not the kind of thing that you play in this gym every day. You got to know that. So that's coming out of a timeout. That's a tough break. Now it's a huge mountain to climb at this point. Referee just having a chat with the scorekeepers. Now it's interesting. I'm looking down at the scorekeepers from my perch up here, and it looks like the possession arrow is pointing to Langara, but I thought they just got the last jump ball. Anyway, see, I notice everything, man. I can see the back of the possession arrow, and the red light, if I'm seeing it right, is pointing to Langara. And if I haven't completely lost my memory, which is a possibility, it should be cat ball in the next jump ball. All right, Tomlinson back to the line where she struggled a little bit here. See if she can get it straightened out. If she makes 2 points here, it still is a 3-possession game. So that's a good sign for the Blues. I did it. See, I told you I was going to do that. It's a good sign for the Falcons. Tomlinson. No good. Rebounded Singh. Shot clock is off. 3 ball. Oh! Get the rebound. They're going to need another one. There it is. Shot fake. 3 ball. No. Rebound Langara. Oh, it goes out of bounds. Off of Langara. And there you go. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, this was a hell of a game. It was a hell of a game. I really enjoyed this. The Falcons scrapped and fought all game long. They really struggled offensively. They got down by as much as, I think it was 18 or 19, and they pushed it all the way back to within 6. And they're still fighting. They get a steal. They're going to shoot one more 3. Why not? Don't get it off. Well, a very afternoon game of basketball. The Lady Falcons unable to come up with their first win, but congratulations to them on a great effort, and congratulations to the Capilano Blues. Keeps them atop of the women's standings as they will now go to 5-1, and your Falcons will go to 0-8. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. I really had a good time in this game. There'll be a 20-minute break before the men's game, so I'm going to rest my voice, grab a snack. I suggest you grab a snack too. And I mean, come on, who doesn't love snacks? And how much Halloween candy does anybody have left? You know, when you're a teacher, it's terrible because there's so many treats at school all week during Halloween. And you know, they're just those little ones, right? The little mini ones. So you have one's no big deal, but next thing you know, you've had like 15. Anyway, I got a bunch of those stashed away. I'm going to go grab a few little mini Kit Kats. I'll be back in 20 minutes. Thank you.
Coach Eves. You didn't hear what happened? No, and then you said you fell.
Well, I was rushing and I didn't pay attention and I fucking slipped on the court. And as I went down, I think I yelled fuck and I thought, oh, I hope they didn't hear that.
I didn't rewind it. I was like back and forth.